Hi, it's Nigel here again. The last camping I did, I had to man pack everything in and then sleep under a bivvy. This weekend I'm glamping. I've got the big tent. I'm going to set up a campsite that would be ideal for a bug out survival prepping situation where I can practice all my skills. First thing I'm going to do is set up the tent, or rather set up the golf trolley so I can move the tent easily. The trolley is good and it will carry a lot of weight and it will go over rough country, but there's always the temptation to load it up too much. Better to make 2 light fast journeys than 1 slow knackering journey with it. Golf trolley is quite effective, but we need more support here because things tend to fall off. So an in the field modification is to put on a couple of straps and hopefully that'll stabilize everything. So there's an extra one here, an extra one there, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attaching points. I think there's another modification. We'll have another board from here to act as a base. We'll find out tomorrow if these in the field modifications are any good when we've got to go down this bank and up the other side with the heavy tent. Poles, but what I've done is colour coded them. Red to red, yellow to yellow. Putting together the colour coded poles just takes a few seconds and you don't have to think. This is an advantage if the weather's poor and you've got to get things done now. Well, the tent's up. It's taken a bit longer than I expected as I was doing it on my own. Whatever happens, we can get out of the rain. If you want to be seen, you need an orange tent, that stands out. If you want not to be seen, you need a green tent. Blue is not a good choice. It's neither one nor the other. Well, we've got all the gear here, eventually. A long, slow, sweaty slog. Now it's time to have a quick drink, a quick eat, and then sort out the campsite to make it livable. Well, the wood store is sorted. If it rains, the wood's going to stay dry. I've got a spare ground sheet just in case. Call out to Taro Swiss Movies. I've used a twig and paracord to fasten the ground sheet up. An easy, quick method that's easy to take down. Thanks, Taro. I was going to use a Coleman stove and a Tilly lamp, but then I realised I'd be carrying even more different sets of fuel. So I decided I would use a primus stove and a Petromax lamp, both which use paraffin under pressure and meths to start them off. So I'm going to fill up the canister using an old toothpaste tube as a funnel. Hopefully I won't spill too much. That should give me plenty of cooking time. The stove's on. The kettle's full of water and it's on the stove, and the stove's going like a rocket. The next thing to do is to get the sleeping arrangements sorted. You can sleep 3 in this tent, but I'm here by myself just practicing skills. So I could sleep on the ground with a camper mat, but what I've done is brought a camp bed. Camp beds are great, but they're a real pain in the backside to get them tautened up properly. It's almost impossible to do it with your hands. But there is a little trick that can get your camp bed up quickly and easily. A couple of sticks and leverage usually works. There you go. Yes, I brought a suitcase, a plastic one. It's a good water resistant container, and if the tent floods, it floats, so your gear stays dry. And if you're moving by vehicle and you haven't got far to carry it, or you've got the golf trolley, it's a good, quick, easy idea. A little bit heretical, but it works. Well, the kettle's just finished boiling, so I'm going to have my first cup of coffee. And put the remainder of the water in the flask for later on. You never waste hot water. Let's try making some kindling while it's still dry. First of all with the axe. Well, the axe doesn't seem to be working that well. Then again, I'm not very experienced with an axe. So what I'll do is I'll try battening it. It's working, but it's not a very good piece of wood. Let's try another one. Having embarrassed myself on camera, I think I'll switch it off and have a bit more practice. I've got a nice easy setup today, because tomorrow, when everything's sorted, I'm going to have a whole day at practicing various survival and bushcraft skills. Things like chopping wood, testing out various forms of tinder. I just hope that the weather holds.